Hey, there it is. Oh no, we're videoing. Right, Nikki? There it is. Scott Hilton, Scott Talks. I was trying to take a picture and it turned into a video using the watch face. I can see me moving around. This is so cool. See, the watch is so cool. So cool to have. We're looking at STARZ today. We love STARZ, don't we? Yeah, Nikki loves STARZ. Okay, the only reason I've got STARZ is they had a deal about the 26th of September through the 30th, $11.99 for a year, a freaking year. And I'm like, really? And my wife loves Outlander. And let's turn the volume down. We'll get copyright infringement. And if any videos start playing, I'll have to jump out of them. There we go. Right, Nikki? Okay, we don't want any videos playing. Oh no. Let's go down. Go down to something that won't play a video. All righty. Now, do you recognize any of these shows? From friends saying, hey, have you seen such and such? Neighbors, recognize Neighbors. Top 10 this Christmas show. Ballerina, recognize that. We watched that. My wife watched a John Wick movie. Yeah, she had nothing to do with John Wick, but when she was in the movie, she watched it. Flight Risk, we haven't seen yet. Shadow Force, come on, let's go down some more. There we go. We got to get rid of the videos. There's Outlander, season 7, episode 7. All righty, we're getting there. And yes, Netflix has Outlander, and once season 8 drops and they finish after a couple of weeks, it'll probably be on Netflix. And we've been watching on Netflix, but now we got STARZ. We can catch up. Season 7. She loves Outlander, and there's the new Outlander show, Blood of My Blood. It's got great reviews. So a lot of this stuff you probably never heard of, and I would, I'd be all over Apple TV Plus. There's some movies. They got some good movies. I'll give them that. There's Flight Risk, Mark Wahlberg. They got some good movies, and Outlander's an excellent show. And the Spartacus shows they get good reviews. There's Blood of My Blood. All the Power shows are supposed to be excellent. There's Outlander season 8. You got the little curve of the stones. If you don't know the story, she goes to the stones with the guy that she's getting ready to marry and kind of passes out and wakes up, and she's in the past and meets this guy. He's from the Highlands, and the adventure continues. It's based on a bunch of novels, and falls in love with him, and then she finds her way back to the regular century. She was a nurse in like World War One or World War Two. And there's a funny line when she actually meets the guy and a couple of his friends, and she tells them, "I'm a nurse," and they're like, "A wet nurse?" She's like, "No, like a doctor," and they're like, a woman, a doctor." Power. That's where it all began. I'm sure they've got Spartacus and Serpent Queen is supposed to be part of the White Queen, and Princess and Spanish Princess. There's some kind of order you're supposed to watch those. Google that and see what they say. Black Sail was excellent. I loved it. Saw it on Netflix, I guess. And it's got pirates from actual history. It's got pirates from books, like Long John Silver is in this with the other pirates. So you get to see how he loses his leg and all that stuff. Da Vinci Demons, Magic City, Men in Kilts. Those are the Highlander guys. They're in the first couple of seasons, and they go to the Highlands and show off some places, for a kind of documentary thing. Ash is supposed to be funny, very funny. He's got a chainsaw and machine gun fighting the monster. Well, we've got all this, but it doesn't even compare. Power Confidential, another Power show. Borderlands movie wasn't a huge hit, but hey, Flight Risk, big movies. They get a call to some big movies sometimes. Riddick, I love Riddick. There's the main Riddick movie. Bring It On, remember that? Man with the Iron Fist. Major Pain. All righty, Don't Be a Menace. The same guys. Pitch Black, the original Riddick movie. Oh yeah. Empire State. So you got a rock movie. How High 2. Oh boy. The Wayans brothers and all those guys are so funny. 5-Year Engagement. And he's in a great show on Apple TV Plus called Shrinking with Harrison Ford. Yeah, see, Apple TV Plus has the money to get the big producers, the big actors. And Harrison Ford's also in Paramount Plus's 1923 prequel to Yellowstone. And there's another prequel show, 1883, which is amazingly good. Booty Call, dope. Just all sorts of wild stuff. Annie McPhee. And it gives you an idea. We'll go over some of the shows. The Internet Movie Database lists Ballerina as a 6.9. Oh. Outlander, Blood of My Blood, at 8.3. See, I told you it was good. Outlander itself, 8.3. Spartacus, Gods of the Arena, 8.4. Movie, Ungentlemanly Welfare, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Welfare, 6.8. Gladiator movie, 8.5. She was on there, or used to be on there. Some of these movies may have disappeared. Spider-Man No Way Home was here. We watched it on STARZ a long time ago. 8.2. Couple Next Door, 5.8. That's not good. That's a show. Flight Risk, 5.2. Oh, Mark Wahlberg. Oh dear. Black Sail, 8.2. Told you it was good. Notting Hill, another movie, 7.2. Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, 6.6. Passengers, 7.0. I like Passengers. I like the Songbird movie too. Got the book, the new Hunger Games book. They're already making it into a movie. Got the audiobook on that. It was great. The guy from Yellowstone is the narrator, and he's the goofy guy on Yellowstone. And I was like, he's going to be the narrator? But I got into it, and he did a great job. It was great. Power, the original, 8.1. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, 7.5. Oblivion, that's Tom Cruise movie, 7.0. Jack Reacher, Tom Cruise, 7.0. Borderlands, 4.7. Yeah, I told you I wasn't in the movie theater very long. War of the Worlds movie, 6.6. That was Tom Cruise too. The Holiday, a comedy movie. You know, they got tons of movies. 7.0. Night of the Living Dead, 7.8. Classic horror movie. Is it new or old? Okay. Old School, 7.0 with Will Ferrell. This Is the End, comedy, rated R, 6.6. Don't Breathe, crime movie, R, 7.1. Ghostbusters Afterlife, 7.0. I like that. It was pretty good. Resident Evil, they're all great. 6.6. Oh, man. King Kong. Yeah, that was great. 7.2. It was very good. Very good. The new version, the newest. Maleficent was 6.9. I thought Maleficent was excellent. So, but that's what they list, but it's mostly movies. So it's a great service. They always have deals. So I would recommend getting it in the winter and in the summer when the networks are not showing 20 episodes of their shows back to back to back on different, you got Fox, ABC, NBC, CBS, every night of the week, 3 big shows or 2 shows in the 1 hour times 20 episodes, probably. Sometimes they'll have 15 on some shows, maybe the newer ones. But it's very rare for them to show off a show. There's Da Vinci Code. I got the audiobook right now. Secret of Secrets is the new Da Vinci Code book. And it's great. It is amazing. Love to see Tom Hanks come back. I checked. Tom's like 60 now, and Dr. Langdon's 50 in the book. He's aged a little bit. So there's Inferno, all those neat movies, Angels and Demons. And then Peacock did a TV show with several episodes based on a new person playing Dr. Langdon. Alrighty, so there's Outlander, and there's some Spiders. Yeah, they got Spider-Man, extended version of Spider-Man. There you go, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. Not as good as Hellboy 1, but there it is. It was amazingly good. I thought it was great. And we don't have any, oh, we got some, there's Kong. You get scars all over him. It's very good. Naomi Watts, yeah, she was the one in the movie. And Maleficent, that had a sequel also. War of the Worlds, yeah, that's Tom Cruise, Steven Spielberg. It was all right. It was all right. Gladiator was excellent, of course. King's Speech was very good. I love that. There's a ton of movies here. You got time in the winter, summer, veg out, besides Netflix and having streaming services like Paramount Plus is CBS, okay? Peacock is NBC. Next day, they'll air the show. Like if it airs on cable, and no one has cable anymore, all right? Cut the cord. Just cut the cord. Next day, it'll be on streaming, all right? So if it premieres Wednesday on cable or broadcast off an antenna or something, it'll be on Thursday. Should be on Thursday night. So that's how you do it. You got Hulu, part of Disney, and always bundle those two. You get the ad version real cheap. Get Disney, and a couple dollars more, you have Hulu, and they're gonna merge eventually anyway, but always get them together because it's only a couple dollars. And you get all of ABC and Fox and FX and all that good stuff, plus the originals that are great. So the number one network is CBS in the US, number two is ABC. And then NBC has a couple shows you might watch, but is it worth getting? I got mine for a year, $20 on Black Friday. So look for Black Friday for Peacock. It's great to get for a year because they had Day of the Jackal and Poker Face were great originals for Peacock. But other than that, my wife will watch Chicago Fire and she likes that. But on this, we didn't care. We figured, we'd just wait it out on Netflix and watch, more of Outlander as it comes and goes. See tons of this. Henry Cavill. Venom. I love the Venom movies. There's the Crow movie. There's talk. They've had Tom Holland in the new Spider-Man movie they're filming now. He was in the black suit, which in the comics in the Secret World Wars, which they're working on a Secret Wars movie after this Doomsday thing. Right, Nico? In the original comics, Spider-Man gets the black suit, doesn't know where it came from, makes him feel kind of powerful. Webbing never runs out. It kind of shot out from up here instead of here. And he finally gets back to the real world because they were in a different reality, a different planet. And he's wearing the black suit. He thinks it's great. Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four checks out the black suit and says, this thing's alive. And he's like, what? Get it off of me. And he's pulling and stretching and it won't come off. And he's like, that's where if you saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and you saw Spider-Man with the paper bag over his head and the eye holes cut out, that's where that came from, where he finally got the suit off. They electrocuted it or something and used sound waves or something that Venom's weak to. Got the damn suit off. And then he's in his underwear and he's like, I in my mask, because he didn't have a mask. He was covering his face. So Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, thought this was funny as hell. So he goes and gets a paper bag and cuts the eye holes out and hands him a Fantastic Four uniform, an old one. So he's got no shoes on. He's kind of barefoot, and he's going through the city hoping he makes it home to his apartment with a paper bag on and the Fantastic Four uniform, because in the Spider-Verse, they couldn't use the Fantastic Four uniform. But he had the paper bag. And, of course, there's a crime, so he has to save the day, and people are like, who is that? Spider-Man never gets a break. He's always got problems, and that's part of the appeal. So this is STARZ. This is what you get. You get some great shows if you can get it cheap. Great movies. I like Ballerina. I think she did a great job with it. Dirty Angels, I think that's a movie or a show. There's Songbirds and Snakes. Underworld movies were always pretty good. Resident Evil movies were always pretty good, I thought. So you've got lots of movies. You got Neighbors. You can check out Neighbors. Some of these shows. Conan the Barbarian. That doesn't look like Arnold, though. Wonder if it's one of those other Conans. Legend of Hercules, Outcast, Man with the Iron Fist 2, 1, The Serpent Queen. Cross the River is based on a Ernest Hemingway book. So we were curious to see that. My wife got to go to Europe. Of course, I didn't. But there's a scene, they're sitting outside this little cafe and looking out, and it's got the city. And my wife went, "Oh, I ate there." I said, "Out there in the cafe." She goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh." So we'll probably end up watching that eventually, just for the heck of it, just to see the places she went to, and she can tell me, "I went there, I saw this," and I was like, "Ah." So this is it. You may want to check out trailers for the White Queen, White Princess, Spanish Princess, and all that, and see if there's an perfect order to watch those in. If you want to get into that, King's Speech was good. I liked it. Browse by action, browse by horror, browse by comedy. See, they're good at putting these award-winning things, original series. So I encourage you. I got an Apple TV Plus running right now, to give STARZ a try when you have time to watch something, because most people have 3 to 4 streaming services at one time, and that's all they want to pay for. They want Pluto TV for free, Tubi for free, and if you have a Roku or a Fire device, you can get the Roku channel for free. That's huge right now. According to Nielsen, it's higher than Pluto TV, which is Paramount CBS owned, and Tubi, I think, is Fox owned. They had the Super Bowl on Tubi. And Zuma Play is free. It's NBC owned. And FilmRise is free. And Plex is free. If you got any downloaded movies on your computer, you can play them through Plex. So, and news, you cut the cord. I like Haystack News. That's my go-to app for news, local news, and YouTube. And a lot of you get social media that gives you news. You don't need cable news, okay? When the California wildfires hit, I was all over YouTube. We could watch 5, 6 news stories in a row on the California wildfire. If you got regular local news, we'll be with that story on the California wildfire in about 20 minutes. Like, I just watch it now. Everything's on demand now. That's the way to go. And watch when you care to watch. If you haven't cut the cord yet, start with Netflix. Netflix is the #1 streaming service. Start with that and get a feel for it. Wait 30 days and then take all your equipment back to the cable company and say, "Here, take it, but I'm keeping the router and the modem so I can still have Wi-Fi and get Netflix with that." But if you want to cut that cord cutting 1.0 is getting rid of the cable company and telling them, "Take cable and shove it. And I don't want your deal. I know you're giving me a deal. I don't want it." Okay, cable cord cutting 2.0 is telling the cable company, "I just called Verizon or my T-Mobile or whoever, or got fiber internet, whatever, and I'm going to go that way. I've already tried it out. I've pulled your boxes out 2 weeks ago, and I've been playing around with it, and it works fine. All right, so here are your boxes, and I don't want it back." And don't sign any long-term deals with anybody, okay? You want to be able to cut, stop. Just stop. You want to stop, okay? And if you have a sound bar, activate your music wherever your music is. Spotify, Apple Music, free Pandora. You want to do that, play it through this while you're getting dinner ready, or watch Haystack News when you're getting dinner ready. Don't get into a lot of negative news. It's kind of bad for you. You know what I mean? It's always because the AIs know to push your buttons and get you to click on certain things on social media. And that's really not the most positive thing to be watching right now, because all the news stations are either liberal or conservative, and they're very little in between. And it's interesting to see their versions of different stories from one side, and then you see the other side. And Haystack kind of has a mixture of that, so it's kind of I like it because it balances some of that out a little bit. So just and watch Fox once in a while, watch CNN once in a while, whatever your thing is. And it's good to have and get a local station app if you want news. This is a local Central Florida. I'm in Ocala, Florida, so you would think it's located out of Orlando. So that's pretty, and they're calling it Central Florida, so that's great for Ocala. And we get that, and we get our Haystack and gets local news. They talk about weather, and if you want weather, use your phone. Just look at the app and go, oh, it's going to rain. It's raining already. It's not going to be right anyway. You know what I mean? And you look at the radar, hey, where did all that come from? So, don't subscribe to the premium version of the weather apps because they can't get that right, especially here in Florida. Things blow through all the time. I mean, you can see if a big storm's coming, yeah. But occasionally when it's broken up, some areas get rain, some areas don't. It's hard to predict, I know. But still, Florida, the things mush around and all of a sudden you get a little shower just out of the blue. You're looking at your watch and the smartwatch says, right now it says now we're getting rain, which we aren't because we have a bird bath and you would see it trickling. But in the area, we're getting rain now. So, yep, check STARZ out, like, subscribe, and share the video with other people. Keep it on your list. My Big 8 streaming services. Let me do my Big 8. And it's not STARZ. STARZ is way down the list. Apple TV Plus, amazing shows. They spend tons of money, not just Ted Lasso. And Coda won the Academy Award. It's a movie, Best Picture, a couple years ago. And it's on Apple TV Plus, made for Apple, by Apple. Now the F1 movie is getting ready to, has been in theaters forever. That was made by Apple. Coke made by Apple. Paramount Plus is your CBS. That's a big deal. There's Ghost. Prime Video is free if you have Prime shipping. That's Amazon's streaming service. Peacock is NBC. Netflix is big number one, although YouTube is far more popular than Netflix. Everyone goes to YouTube to watch it. Everything. I get addicted to it. My wife's always watching her garden shows and different things on YouTube. Hulu and Disney, those two, part of the 8. They always merge them together. If you're big on sports, ESPN and Fox One is now combined. They have a bundle right now. You can save $10 on both of them and get more sports and not get YouTube TV for $80, $90. There's a chance you can get that. STARZ, not part of the Big 8. HBO Max, part of the Big 8. Get that occasionally. That's also a summer-winter thing, I think. Unless House of the Dragon returns with a big show or another Last of Us or something, then you might want to get it anyway. Sometimes you subscribe just to get one show, which is kind of silly, but it also catches you up on some other things, The White Lotus and Gilded Age and all those good shows on HBO Max. But yeah, try it out. There's PBS. It has a couple free things and a couple things that you have to pay to donate to your PBS station. And Discovery Plus content is on HBO Max right now still. So check it there. Or if you want more, if there's some things missing, you can try the Discovery Plus app if you don't care about any of that HBO stuff. But those are my Big 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, no, not you. 8. STARZ, you're just in the little leagues. You're getting there. You're probably 10 or 11, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, AMC, MGM. STARZ is okay. If you like Walking Dead stuff, that's down there. MGM is owned by Amazon. And they'll tease you. If you're on Amazon Prime Video, they'll tease you with a show. And it's really the first, second, third episode. And then they'll say, get MGM Plus. And you'll be like, what? And they do that a lot on Amazon. So careful with that. But like, share, and subscribe. Give me a big thumbs up. Show YouTube some love. Say, I subscribed. I think everybody should subscribe to see Scott talk about nothing and Nico steal the show. Right, Nikki? He's eating something. So we'll see you again.